Okay, hello students. Today we'll see a very important question, that is why compressors are used in a vapor compression cycle. Okay, I found that this question is generally asked in interviews and also in oral exams, and students are not able to answer it precisely. Okay, they are not specific. So they may give you a random answers like this compressor is used to recirculate the refrigerant which is flowing into the system. Some may say that it used to increase the temperature because condenser is a heat rejecting part. And then counter question may come from the examiner side that if it is for recirculation, then why can't we use the pump? Okay. For if you want to increase the temperature, then why we are not using the heater? Because obviously the pumps and heater both are highly efficient than the compressors, but still we are using the compressor. So why we are using compressor? Let us see. So before going to the question, we will see the boiling and condensation process. Okay. Now what is boiling? The boiling is the process where a liquid becomes vapor. Liquid becomes vapor. In the evaporator, liquid becomes vapor. Correct. Now, similarly, in condensation process, the vapor become liquid. Okay, vapor become liquid. It means that in evaporator there is a boiling process, and in condenser there will be a condensation process. There is a condensation process. Now, let us take the example of water. Okay, to understand better. Now, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, it boils at 100 degrees centigrade, but the condition is at what pressure? 1 bar pressure. Okay, the barometric pressure 1.103 bar. Now, so when we heat the water, its temperature increases about 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Correct. Then when it reaches to the 100 degrees centigrade, then liquid becomes vapor. Okay, liquid becomes vapor at 100 degrees centigrade, and it is called a boiling process. Okay, so during boiling process, lot of energy is absorbed by that process. Correct. So similarly, in the evaporator, when liquid becomes vapor, lot of heat get absorbed from the system, therefore temperature decreases. So this is the overall principle of the evaporator. Okay, now similarly, let us take a steam which is at a temperature of 110 degrees centigrade. Okay, again pressure at 1 bar. We are not changing the pressure. Now, when we decrease this pressure, 105 degrees Celsius, then 102 degrees Celsius, then 100 degrees centigrade. So at basically at what temperature this vapor becomes liquid? Is it 100 or 99 or 99.9 or something? Okay. So obviously it will condense at a 100 degrees centigrade only. Okay, this vapor becomes liquid at 100 degrees centigrade. Why? Because we are maintaining the same pressure. So what does it mean? The boiling point is equal to condensation point. Boiling point is equal to condensation point. So this is boiling, and in condenser there is a condensation. Evaporator there is a boiling, in condenser there is a condensation. So both are same, but at what condition? Pressure is constant. Pressure is constant. Clear? Now let us example of suppose a refrigerant, any refrigerant. Take the random value. Suppose in evaporator we maintain temperature around 10 degrees Celsius, so minus 10 degrees Celsius. So minus 10 degrees Celsius is maintained here in the evaporator because we want very low temperature. So minus 10 degrees Celsius. So definitely minus 10 degrees Celsius is maintained at some pressure. So that pressure will be suppose 0.1 bar, correct? Now we already discussed this. The boiling point is equal to condensation point, correct? So if it boils at minus 10, it will also condense at minus 10. It will also condense at minus 10 degrees centigrade, correct? But it is a heat rejection device. Condenser is heat rejection. We have to convert vapor to liquid. Why we want to convert vapor to liquid? Because we want to use same refrigerant again and again. Okay, so that is compulsion. So it is condensation point is minus 10 degrees Celsius. So what does it mean? That atmosphere which is absorbing heat from the condenser, correct? It must be below minus 10 degrees Celsius. Atmospheric temperature must be below minus 10 degrees Celsius. But is it possible? No, it's not possible. Atmospheric temperature is around 35 or 30 degrees Celsius, correct? So therefore, we want to increase the boiling point, correct? Then and then only condensation point will increase because boiling point is equal to condensation point. If atmospheric temperature is 35, we must have boiling point greater than 35. Now we want 40 degrees Celsius boiling point, correct? So how to get this? Increase the pressure. Okay, because what is the relation between boiling point and pressure? If pressure increases, boiling point increases. Boiling point increases. If pressure decreases, boiling point decreases. We must have learned in the school also. Right? So when we go to the Himalayas, suppose, then what happen? Why water doesn't boil at 100 degrees centigrade? It boils at much below the 100 degrees centigrade. Why? Because when we go upper, the pressure decreases. Okay. Similarly, in pressure cooker, boiling point is not 100. Water boils at 110 degrees centigrade or 120 degrees centigrade. Why? Because we are increasing the pressure. So since in pressure cooker, temperature is high, water temperature is higher, that is why the rice will cook early. Okay, this is the fundamental principle. So same way, if you want to increase the condensation point or the boiling point, we have to increase the pressure. Now, how to increase the pressure? The only component which increase the pressure in this case is compressor. That is why the compressor is used. Why not pump? Because pump can't handle the vapors. Okay, pump are used to lift the liquid, means it can handle the liquid only, not the vapors. Even they can handle the vapors, efficiency will be very low. Therefore, we have to use the compressor. So that is why the compressors are used. I hope you understood why compressors are used. Now, similarly, the same question can be reversed in a like why expansion valves are used. Okay, because we have the condensation. Condensation is 40 degrees Celsius, correct? Condensation occurs at a 40 degrees centigrade. Then vapor becomes liquid, correct? Now we want to absorb the heat again, clear? Because we want to use the same refrigerant again. So what we have to do? We have to reduce the boiling point. Now how to reduce the boiling point? Because boiling point is 40 degrees centigrade. So the method is again same. Reduce the pressure. How to reduce the pressure? By using expansion device. Okay, so by using expansion valve, we are reducing the pressure, because if pressure reduces, then what happen? Boiling point reduces, pressure reduces, boiling point reduces. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept. So if you understood the concept, please like this video and share with your friends. Thank you very much.